Hi guys, welcome back. And as you can see here, I have a bunch of traveler's notebooks mainly, but I also have a binder. And what I'm going to do, this is a little bit of an introduction to the video actually. So I just wanted to share with you how I research and search for planners, binders, and traveler's notebooks on eBay. But before, I just wanted to show you a bunch of them that I've purchased over the years and over the months, and this is very cute, you see. I do have different ones. I have rings in this notebook over here. It is with rings. I have the usual traveler's notebook with elastic bands in a very small size. This is a bit larger. I have this one, which is sort of a trifold. So I have quite various traveler's notebooks, and binders and stationery items. And I'm sure that those of you that follow me on my YouTube channel, they have seen a lot of them. And I think I have done a lot of videos that had to do with planners and notebooks and these things. So these are just a little bit of them because I have a huge collection. I just wanted to be able to share with you what I've purchased. This is the latest one that I've got. I don't know, and I'm not sure whether it featured in any of the hauls that I have included for planners. But as you can see, and as I said already, I do have different ones. These are the usual elastic ones that there are. There are different patterns to it. So this is also, sorry for this, but it was placed upon something else and it did a little bit of a dent. But I do have this in different sizes. I have the A6 and this is the A5. This is a sort of a binder like Filofaxes. So when you get these types of binders, for those of you that might not be affording the Franklin Covey, the Filofaxes and a lot of others, there might be a cheaper solution to that. You can still love your planner, you can still get your planners, you can still have your traveler's notebooks without going into spending quite a bunch of money, because some of these things can get quite expensive out there. So this video will be about how you can get the things that you love, the planners that you would love to have, without spending so much money. So it's a sort of, I would like to call it that it is a cheaper solution to Filofax, but in reality it's a cheaper solution to all the planners out there, to those high-end brands which are quite nice and beautiful and a very good quality, but obviously not everyone might afford them. So this is going to be a video about what I do and how I search for the planners that I show you in my videos. I'm going to turn the camera to my laptop and just give you a little bit of an insight of how I search for these planners. So when you get into ebay.com, and I am highlighting it here for you, as you can see, I just have chosen to write on my Google Chrome search page ebay.com, which is the generic page for eBay. You get this page. This is what I'm getting at the moment. Basically, you have different areas where you could click and where you can get listings, but I am not going to do it right now. When you usually get into ebay.com, you can log on to your account or create your account depending on what you have already. And then I just go and type in the type of search that I am going to do. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to log into my personal account for privacy reasons, but the process will still work the same. So if I go here in search for anything and I write planner binder, you see I press enter and a lot of different listings will be coming up. If you go here, you can see that under the drop down of best match, there is available time ending soonest, time newly listed, price and shipping lowest first, price and shipping highest first, and price highest first. I'm talking about these here. And I usually, the first thing that I do is I choose price and shipping lowest first. For now, I'm not gonna do that because I will get redirected to my shipping costs for my country. But that is one thing that I basically do as soon as I get the listings there. Then the second thing, you here have all listings, auction, and buy it now. And I always choose buy it now. I personally, I am not the type of person that can get committed to bidding because I don't like having to come back with when I'm outbid and I have to bid again, and I don't like that thing. So I would like to get a good price on the buy it now listings, and this is what happens here, as you can see. If you go on the side of your eBay page here, you have different categories. So planner binders are under the category of calendars and planners, and you can see if I click on each and every one of this, it will take me to different categories that I might need. So if, for instance, you are looking still for refills, you can just click on this and refills will come up for your planner. But I am interested at the moment in seeing different binders. Here, again on the side, you have the featured refinements. And if I click on that, it will open many more options for you to choose from. You can see here there is also the Target Dollar Spot Planner. Let me see if I do click on that. And yeah, these are coming from Target basically. But let me go back so that I can continue on that. The featured refinements, as I said, there are a lot of different other categories that you could choose from. If I go more down, I can see brand, and you have the different brands. These are the top brands, but if you do see all, you will get even more. And as you can see, there is also the unbranded. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money on those branded types of planners, you can choose unbranded, generic, and not specified, and apply. And the Filofax, the Kikki, the Franklin Covey, and all those branded planners will get out of your listings, and you will end up having these types here, which are unbranded, and usually those that are unbranded are also the cheapest in price. I can assure you I have got quite a bunch of these types of binders which are unbranded. Mainly they usually come from China. But I can assure you they are great in quality. I love them. I have got a lot of them. So I'm sure that you have seen some of these types of binders even in some of my videos. So I can assure you that if you do purchase what you like here, you will still get satisfied. One thing that I like to ask the seller, and usually when you click on the listing here, you have the opportunity to find here, as you can see, contact the seller, and you can put questions there and just ask whatever you need to. I want to give you 2 tips about contacting the seller. Many of these sellers, especially for unbranded planners or binders, are usually coming from China and are usually Asians. So with no disrespect at all, sometimes they don't get English very well. So when you send a message to Chinese-based sellers, what I can advise you is that you have to be very concise, you have to be straight to the point, and you have to be very simple in what you are asking. Basically, if you need to ask about the size of the rings, which is something that it's very, very important that you ask about. If you are like me, someone that likes to stuff her planner a lot, you need to say, can you please give me the size of these rings? And that's it. Do not go into any details in asking or doing a long story, because you will not get the answers that you want, or else they will not be able to respond to you, or they will not respond to you at all. Many of the times, from my experience on eBay buying from Chinese sellers, I have noticed that they use the Google translators. So they will just put your message into the translator and they will have their version. And sometimes it's not that concise and not that fluent to give them the points that you would like to know about. And you will understand and see by yourself that some of the answers might not have anything to do with what you have asked originally. So be simple, be concise, go straight to the point and just ask your question. Second thing, I was talking about questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions to sellers before purchasing. I have been quite a bit lazy sometimes, not asking about what I wanted to know about the planner and just stayed on what the pictures showed me. And I can assure you that I have a bunch of planners I wish I have never purchased. So always ask your questions. Don't stay just on the picture. Obviously, the picture indicates quite well what you will be purchasing and receiving. But if you have anything which you are not 100% about, just don't be afraid to ask the seller. As I said, I love these types of planners. I have purchased a bunch of them and I can assure you that they are very, very good quality. Usually each listing features pictures. You can go from one picture to another. If, for instance, I go on this listing here, you can see here that there are quite a lot of pictures that you can choose from, and it gets larger and larger. For instance, these are beautifully made inserts. They are fantastic inserts, as you can see. And if I just, it changes the page, but it also, you can click on it and it will show you quite better pictures too. So, for instance, if I choose to have the A5, these are wonderful and probably they will be featuring in the future in one of my videos because I'm liking them a lot. This listing has A5 and A6, so it's very, very beautiful. You can purchase these, and there are different things also that you can look for the description. You can see a lot of other available features in the eBay listing. So I would like also to give it a small advice to those people out there that are just beginning right now in the planner world. If you are at your first baby steps in this community and in these types of purchases, I would advise you that you do not purchase a Filofax, a Covey, a Kikki, or any other branded planners, because you still need to find your comfort zone. You still need to find what you love, what you like, what you would like to be using. So I would suggest to go first and foremost for something that does not cost a lot of money, so that it is easier for you. If you do not feel comfortable using it, you would not have spent a lot of money on it. So you would be ending up just ditching it and purchasing another one. Until you find what you love and what you like, I think and I suggest that it would be better for you to go for some of these planners. You don't need to buy a Filofax to have a planner. You don't need to buy a Kikki or any of those brands out there if you need to have a planner. You might keep it simple. It depends on the types of rings and the size of the rings that you need to have in your planner, depending on the amount of inserts you will need to keep with you, you will need to use. Don't be afraid to ask the seller, but I would definitely suggest that you first invest in something which is not that much, sort of like these, which is not that much expensive. I would definitely go for something like this. So, past experience, I have a lot of planners, I have a lot of binders that I would have not purchased if I knew that I was not comfortable in them. But I made the mistake to go on YouTube and watch hundreds of videos which were so beautiful and fantastic, and I was happy to watch them, but I wanted the Filofax that girl had, I wanted the Kikki that girl had, and I wanted all those planners. I ended up purchasing a bunch of them, investing a lot of money, spending a lot of money, and today are just in my cupboard because they are either small in their rings, either they do not fit me, either they are not portable for me, either they are not the best for me to keep in my bag because they are either too big or too small, and I don't fit and I don't feel comfortable in them. So I would rather spend a bit of money on these types of planners until I find what I like, and then you can make your choices better. Other types of searches you can do, for example, I could say day per page. And I am sure a lot of these will come up. This is an A6 Blue Hummingbird Design Day per Page Organizer, for example. But there are also others from Filofax, as you can see here, A5s, A6. If you want to specify by size, you can also write A5 in here, and you have the A5 day per page. There are different options, obviously. You can search and look for example, 2018 planner. It's very simple, the type of searches that you can include, and they will basically come up like this. For instance, this is a 2018 at a glance planner, and you can see when I zoom in, it has a day per page. No, it's not a day per page. It's okay. This is how it shows. It has a vertical type of structure, as you can see there. So depending on what you need to have, on what you are looking for, you can just put into the search area here. I will be, as I said, including a list of search types that I include, so for you to help you a bit better to do your searches. Always look for the categories in here. You can see you have the condition, which is new, new, other, or used. You can also specify the price from and to that you would like to spend. You can search for the format, which is either all listings, either auction only, where you get to bid only, or the buy it now. I usually love the buy it now type of format. You can also go for the item location, either on ebay.com, or else coming from US only, or coming from North America only, from Europe, or from Asia only. You can either leave it blank so all the listings come up, or either you can specify. For instance, if I would have chosen Europe, I would end up having those listings located in Europe only, and this would help me not to get import charges and other charges once the item gets into my country, because coming from Europe, which is one whole block of free shipping, or actually it's not free shipping, you don't get taxed when things coming from Europe come into your country, because if your country is in Europe, import charges and these things are free. So if I do use and choose Europe, I would not be having any import charges, but I like to leave it blank because I like to have all the options available to me. Or else you can see also here you can choose from the show only, which is free returns, returns accepted, etc. And here there are also other refinements that you can have available for you. So you can choose quite a lot more than what is already available. So as I showed you, eBay helps you a lot to find what you need. It's very, very easy to use. And for me, I do have accounts on Amazon, on Etsy, on a lot of other websites, but my first point of reference, my first point for shopping is always eBay. I love it. I use it. I have heard about eBaits, and I am very, very keen to try it. But till now, eBay is my place where I go and get planner things. So I hope that I have managed to give you some ideas about how to look for your planners on eBay. And if you have any suggestions, as usual, please do not forget to send me an email, because for me, your comments and your opinions are very important. And if you have any requests also, please do send them by email. And until next video, take care, and I hope I have been very helpful to you. Bye.